Did you just burp then?
Good friend.
Oh, right. I just thought you'd come on my podcast and just started burping.
I've burped anyway.
So we have Joey with us today. So Joey, tell everyone about yourself.
I'm Joey from London. A personal trainer. Mainly concentrate on fitness. What I'm here to talk to you about.
Yeah, sound. So obviously, Phoenix Fitness. Obviously, I know you're Joey D. Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to tell people a little bit about that?
About the fitness thing?
Let's start with the entire journey. Actually, let's go from there. Like how you got into fitness, what you're doing, and then
Well, I've been starting out doing fitness for ever since I was younger because I always because I'm a queer guy, and I always wanted to get into fitness because being a younger gay guy, being at school, I wanted to be bigger because I wanted to be more safer in myself. I always wanted because I was always a skinny guy, and that so I always wanted the gym to get bigger, but being a younger lad, I always really struggled putting any size on, and I always found that a struggle. And I tried learning fitness, did that whole thing we all do: go for 3 months, fall off the trail, go and then have a gym membership for a whole year when you have to be signed in for a whole month, something like that. And then I just slowly, as things came on, and then I massively got into fitness about the time I came out. Funnily enough, I was about 25. I came out quite late.
Okay, but did you always know you were queer?
I knew, but I liked myself pretty well. You know what I mean? I think it was one of those things or I'd always buy the men's fitness mags. So when I used to walk into WH Smith, when your mum was in the shop and you'd stand there looking at your Gay Master magazine, looking at the Gay Times going, I'm not looking. Yeah, I kind of knew it, but then I kind of had those moments.
Do you know what? Thinking back to what you just said there, that's because I used to be in, I'd be when I was young, reading the PlayStation mags. Yeah. But then they'd catch your eye and you'd look up, but then as you got older, it's the fitness mags, like you're saying, and then but as well, like you're saying, the gay mags, not porn, but just the gay times, and you'd see them, and that was when I wasn't even aware myself. Yeah. And now hindsight. That was my curiosity there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's always the thing is when people used to be in see other people and you'd see their physicality. I think it was a thing because, as I said earlier on, I'm queer. I never had any. I always thought I'd end up with a woman. I always thought when I was a child. There was no that didn't feel like an unquestioned for me. I always thought it's what you do. It wasn't anything, but I think people knew. I always used to get called gay, homo, all the classics at school, and because I was also I wasn't a particularly sporty kid. I used to have a brother who was the sports captain, great at sports and everything. I was the kid playing the PlayStation who was a little bit fat, and he always used to come last on sports day. So I used to have that level of why aren't you like your brother? And then I go near a football, I get instant gay fear. Last time I kicked a football, it hit into a tree and hit me back in the So if I'm ever in a park and football comes near me, I'm like, you have to get that yourself, lads.
To be fair, I am horrendous at football myself, and I think is that a stereotype that is a little bit true?
I sometimes wonder. I do think gay guys like rugby. At least they can run with it.
Yeah, because there's loads of brilliant gay rugby players I know. Yeah. But when it comes to football, I don't know. I know a few. I do know a few. Yeah. There are some, but I wonder if that is a stereotype.
Yeah, I don't know. Me and football. I tried the whole going football, watching England matches and getting involved. But nowadays, when football's on, I'm like,
oh yeah, yeah. So it always bores me. But I'm actually playing it. I have 2 left feet. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I think my mate used to nickname me Shotgun because I used to hit the ball or used to hit somebody.
Yeah, but let's go back to your fitness journey. So obviously you're saying about when you were young. You mentioned about then people teasing, saying the whole gay thing. That was when we were young. Remember, back you're a similar age to me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 39.
Yeah, so we're of that era. Are we Gen Z?
I think we're millennials.
Millennials. That's it. Sorry, when I say that, sorry, I don't know.
I got it when I get rid of those. It's only because TikTok.
Sorry. So we're millennials. Yeah. And to be fair, when we were growing up, that was quite the normal, common slur. But it was gay boy, and it was just used so all the time. And
I think though, when you are,
I'm not saying it's okay.
No, I'm saying it's okay, but I think when you, as I said, I said earlier, lying to yourself. Yeah. When you have got something where you're questioning within yourself, it hits a little bit deeper. Yeah. But if you know you're not gay, it's It's like now somebody calls you gay, you're like, or whatever. You kind of go, well, meet my boyfriend or something like that. It's very like. I just don't like when people use the gay like, oh, that's gay. It's the only time
that's what I'm tangenting to. Yeah. By the way, I'm full of tangents. You're full of tangents, so you're gonna get a lot of it. But it's like, when we were kids, it was like that was quite normal, and then people now it's educated that when like a kid's like, oh, that's so gay, like an adult would be like, no, that's not. But when we were kids, it was just normal, wasn't it?
Well, you also it's just thing of it. I think also like I think there's a lot. I know there's a lot of slurs going around, but I think it was a lot. I think it was just very common.
It was normal.
It was just normal. Like the amount of stuff that we would hear, even if you watch other TV shows, you'd hear it a lot. But as you're saying, going back to it used to be like, and I did used to.
It was always that's so gay, and I fucked your mum.
Yeah, there was that.
At least there was that retaliation.
Yeah, there was, and also I wasn't.
I fucked your dad was what I started.
I also used to have a bit of a stammer when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
So I was a bit of like an in-betweener from the thing. I was in the in-betweener, but I think also having the scary sport brother kind of avoided me a lot of some of the bullying.
Yeah.
Because like
he's your brother. He's the
once the kid was mean to me,
sort him out.
You'd be like, I was always trying to avoid that situation, but I mean, once somebody was bullying me and my brother came along, and you're like, thank you, but now if he thinks I just call on you. You know what I mean? But the end of the day it's and also my other brother was a builder, my dad was a copper. I grew up in I grew up in a council estate. I grew up in and I was more interested in computer games and anything sporting or physical, but also with the physical aspect. Because I think I used to know because I knew I was gay, I didn't like playing sports with other boys because I didn't want them thinking that I never had that. I used to feel quite disconnected, hate PE, used to bunk from PE. It was always a Monday morning. I got on a first name basis with the school receptionist. Because I used to, Mum used to go to work and then I'd go to school about 12. I used to get up in the morning, put my uniform on, she would leave and then I'd sit at home. And then I would walk to school. I just couldn't face PE.
Yeah.
And that's quite funny now, what I do. It's massively about physical stuff. But since I've come out as gay, I'm now happy to be physical in like if somebody's wrestling or mucking around my friends or my straight friends, they're like pushing me around. I'm the first one to go and get them a headlock and pull them down because I'm comfortable. I know myself.
Yeah, so that was what I was going to go into then, but you've already just answered it, saying it's about by you accepting yourself. You're like, there's nothing that you're holding from the people you're with. Do you think that's part of it?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm genuine to myself. I think there's a lot of things like going into the physical is about even like when we were younger. I'll talk for myself, not for you. Like for example, when you like the app started, like I was one of those people who actually wouldn't pick mask for mask kind of thing because all you used to see on TV was very not as a sorry, finish the tangent. Because I was always like, trying to hang on to my masculinity, and and I've learned through that was my own battle, and there's nothing wrong with being feminine. Like normally I paint my nails.
I was about to say you've got these how do you say the word eccentrics, whatever.
Or even pent ups.
No, but just like you've got these things now you do that obviously you've let go of your masculinity side a little bit in the sense of I can paint my nails if I want.
But in some ways I find that is more masculine. Not saying it's it's not negative, but owning thyself.
Yeah, I painted my nails.
Yeah, I love it when I paint. I don't have it done now. I'm putting it there tonight. But I think it's the thing of it. Like I didn't want because I think also when we were younger there was a lot more you're gay, and we still get it. Like if you're a gay guy, you sometimes get feminized. Like somebody asks, "Who's the female in the relationship?"
Oh, fuck it out.
Yeah, and it's like, and the thing is, you get from family like, "Oh, who's going to wear the veil?" And it literally, I never once. Well, Mum said it, and I almost felt my teeth break. And luckily somebody else called it. It was in a pub. It was a public place, and you don't want to call your mum out, but it's like you're sitting.
Oi, mum, dickhead.
Pretty much, but again, it's why when it comes to fitness, I think that's where we get our bodies. There's so much involved in being, from my view, being a gay guy about your identity, about if you're a big guy and then people going, oh, you're gay, and don't understand because you're a big guy, or if, and then say, for example, a guy who is, say, more, I'm not going to say, I hate the word feminine, sometimes I use the fabrics, I don't think it kind of disenchants, but then why can't, you do see some hench, people who have like wigs and they look amazing, and I think there's so many aspects about it.
I quite like the whole androgyny thing.
Yeah.
But like there's different ways of doing it as well. But I think it's like really inspiring in a way. So when someone's androgynous, I'm like, fair fucking play. Like you can look so butch or feminine and the opposite at the same time.
It's powerful.
And like there's someone who I'm quite a big fan of online. And he will like wear crop tops and like thongs or fishnets and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm massively into it, but I follow him because I'm like, he's just impressive. He's like covered in tattoos, like head to toe, absolute jacked. But he'll like paint his nails, wear like these things that you wouldn't expect a butch dude to wear. But at the same time, even if he's wearing that, I won't mess with him on a night out.
No.
Intimidating in a way of like, you are so confident.
Oh, you literally, you really got to do the math. You know, somebody's got that. They're gonna have the verbal behind them. They're gonna have everything behind them. If you go towards them, you know, well, why would you want to? Because they're absolutely awesome. They're rock stars.
To be fair, I will probably try and like flirting hit on them.
Yeah, which is awesome because when I eventually, because I've had a lot of health issues this year.
Yeah.
But when my own goal was to get really big, and I think as I'm getting bigger and more muscular, I actually really want to play around more with the gender fuck. You know what I mean? Like, for example, wear the fishnet stuff, try a little bit more of the complicated. Like, for example, go to a night out and be in that, you know, that more, wear stuff that's a little bit more different than necessarily it's male. Because in some ways, when I'm in the gym and I've got my nail polish on and I've even gone for Wales Bear Night, a bit of eyeshadow, and I was absolutely lifting. I want to go out, I listen to the most like queer music possible. And I'm pumping weights bigger than some of the guys around. It's like, fuck you. There's a joy I get into that. It's like a weird kind of like, I don't know. It's just like I get a perverse joy out of it.
And to be fair, I mean, I've actually noticed it now. I'm part of city life, not countryside life. I've noticed like the whole like. There's a lot of gay culture in gyms.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm working in my gym, like, you know, I've had like new clients who are, you know, gay guys and not in great shape or nervous of the gym. And they come into the gym and I like out other people in the gym, but I've turned around and said, I can guarantee you right now, you are not the only gay man by far in this environment. Yeah, I mean, because, you know, at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, a gym is gym to me is a bit of a temple. It's where I go. It's my private space. I don't know if it's public, but you know, I wouldn't out other people. Like I got to admit, you know, when you work in a gym, well, you know, everybody, you know, to a certain extent, sometimes you pop on your grinder or a thing like that, and you're like, Jimmy, like, hello.
I was about to say you've mentioned this, didn't you? Where you're at the gym and you just like, there's a guy there, and I was like, is he gay? And he was like, straight on grind, like. Ding.
Yeah.
But you're like, but at the same time, they're in their workout mode. You were like,
Yeah, and also it's like sometimes it's just when you're at the gym, like I have had in the past, somebody's come up and try to flirt, and I'm a bit like. Admittedly, it was a gym that I worked at, so I was a bit like, it was a bit like I try not to shit where I eat. If you know what I mean, I think because. Just bits of complication.
It's at the end of the day, that's where you work, that's fair enough. So, obviously, you said about getting into the fitness side, obviously, when you got more confident in yourself. You said that was your mid-20s.
Yeah, my mid-20s, because I went from about, it was a bit of my queer journey, really. I was actively being straight, I dated a few girls, and I kind of knew when I was in the process of it, I was more orientated towards men. And I got to admit, I am somebody who pathologically doesn't ever want to hurt or lie to body. It's like saying, I don't think it's not a bad trait to have. So, and then I actually had a very good job at the time, like a really golden handcuff job, and I just sunk myself into it. I was celibate for 4 years, and I got to admit, funny enough, I was watching Top Gear, and Stephen Fry was on there talking about Grindr. Yeah, weird one. Yeah, because I have gone on other apps and all that type of stuff, and had some, you know, an old app called Flirt Mag, but it's always the worst name. You do that on the early internet. And I got Grindr, and it just, there's people nearby. It was the accessibility, and I think it's one thing people forget about those apps. When you're not having the gay group, not a network, suddenly they were there. And, you know, one day I was just coming home from work, somebody came over, Suddenly did it, and I was like, oh, that's right. Literally came out in 24 hours to everybody. I did an absolute.
Oh, fair play to you.
I literally went hit because I just got it out of my system because a lot of stuff was going on, and it was just. I also lived by myself.
Okay.
So
you didn't have to worry about the whole coming out and being like family upset and this, that, and the other. Or like, I know that a lot of families are great and they do accept, but there's that doubt in a lot of people's minds of this is going to be an awkward few months or potentially horrendous few months or forever. You know, who did you come out to first?
My sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but there was some things going on, and she was going through something, and it was quite funny. She was just sat. It was so funny. She walked into my kitchen. I just had a guy come over, and I was, when you just done something with a guy, you're in a little bit of a, sway. And she was talking about, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be this. She was talking about something that's going on in her own life, and it felt like something being like.
So she was talking about herself, but it's relating to you, and you went, "I like the dick."
Yeah, I just went, I'm gay because. I have had kind of moments
Did she go, woof, or was she shocked? Was she like, oh my God? Or was she, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty much open secret. Like, people had found gay porn on my computer in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, they had, but there was the point where I say it as a coming out. I'd definitely been like, it's anything you push at the walls, but there was a point where I go, I know I came out. It was like, I came out to myself. I know this is the thing, like when I used to say these things, like I used to have I was burning like gay DVDs of, all the old porn things and having kind of hidden in my room underneath my bin. I used to have a stack of DVDs underneath my bin and all this kind of stuff. And you used to get LimeWire and all this kind of stuff.
So they'd been found, so they kind of already knew anyway.
They didn't find that, but I had friends on my computer looking at stuff.
So friends. Yeah, so, but the official coming out to family and stuff, that was then with your sister.
Yeah, and even to my friends, it was just when I went, I am this. It's when because I think some people always have. I might be bi. I'm just looking. I kind of fished it off.
Yeah.
And generally, it's the same. You're the first person you lie to about coming out is yourself. And because obviously talking about this, I mentioned that I'm queer. The fact is, I haven't found women attractive, but my predominance has always been if I'm driving along in a car. No, like you. I'm sure you've been on. You'll know you're bi, but. There's a thing where I'm driving along a car and everybody be like, oh, look at her tits or something like that. And I'll be like, huh? And like, if I have a hot guy come walking down the road with his top off and he's looking good shape, I'm going to be like, I'm going to crash my car because of a hot guy walking down the road. And that's when that was actually the conversation I gave to myself. There's an equally hot guy and equally hot woman walking down. Who am I going to crash my car to?
Yeah.
And I went, that's always been my bit where I went, I am predominantly gay, but then, for example, if I meet a woman and we're connecting on a level, I find her deeply attractive. But I would say that might be more on the demisexual. I don't really know.
I like the term for that, homoflexible.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was, when I first was like realising I was bisexual, I had no romantic attraction to men. Physical, I wasn't really there. It's just a sexual thing. But like women, and it wasn't because it was forced. It was just like, I'm really attracted to women. I'm more into women. I was like, and I googled into it about the Kinsey scale, or the bi Kinsey scale, and then terms were coming out like heteroflexible, and I was like, that's more me because I lean towards that way. Now I will be like, I am bang on 50-50. I've got a male partner who but I do find everything equal. And actually, someone says like, what are you more into? And I go, depends on the day or my surroundings.
I was about to say that I think the sliders move.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm a verse guy, and like some people I can walk up to and like, I'm just a hole. And there's some people like, I want to dominate you. And it's literally you meet people and you don't. I think one of those things. That's why again, the word queer. I try to go with. I can't sit there. I know people want to hang on to a title. It feels like always being a bit controversial, but I'm going like, I just sit there going, I am Joey.
Yeah.
I will have relationships with men. I'm always going to end up in relationships with men because that's my predominant. If you're going to say Kinsey scale, I'm slid that way.
You're right over there.
Yeah, but say, for example, I'm in a situation where a woman's there or that kind of thing, or I'm drunk and the girl's right connection. Not drunk, but I'm having a good vibe with somebody and it happens. I'm not going to suddenly wake up and go, I'm straight. It's going to be like, I'm still going to be like next morning checking the scruff and going grind and go, hello. You know what I mean? It's where you know where you fully form. And like, I think sometimes people try to label other people and own other people's sexuality.
Yeah.
And I'm sure as a bi man, you know that far more than I could ever dream to know. But I think at the end of the day, that is your journey. And the thing is, as far as anybody, when you label yourself, that's something you're giving. If you're saying you're a straight person, that's nobody has any right, in my opinion. I keep saying my opinion, but I think it's the thing. To label, this is who you are, this is how you identify, until you come to whatever truth that you found.
Yeah.
Back off. You know what I mean? It's quite, you might be sitting there going, like some people go, oh yeah, I'm bi, and you are sitting there going, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? You have those things where you do go, but I said I was bi at first, because, but that's, I get angry now when I hear people say the bi now, bi later shit. But I always go with the whole thing of, I said that as a cover, and I know other predominantly gay people to use that as a cover, but I'm like, well, that's their issue, that's their journey. Whose right is it for you to do that?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very simple thing, and I think it's a complicated road.
Yeah. So back to your fitness thing. So this is you've kind of realised, definitely more into guys, you came out to your family sister, and you said you got into fitness at the same time. Was that because, again, you said you felt more confident in yourself, you felt more confident in the gym, or did you find that it's like it also helped with that confidence while coming out, or I don't know?
It's all the things like, I would say, like, for example, I'm saying for the men's fitness mags, I've always appreciated the more muscular form. You know what I mean? I do have, I'm not like, it's not saying I'm strict if I meet the people, but I will say, like, if I see a guy walking down big pecs, a six pack, or if a guy's got a nice set of arms on him, arms on my thing, I will go, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to turn around if I had any hair to flick. Yeah. But that is something which I do aim for, and sometimes it is very much true that you want to build yourself towards that physique. But there was the whole thing of it's safer, kept me away from bullies. It's like, and also I was also claiming masculinity. I've been a doorman. I've tried to, also the fact is with my other brothers.
How old were you when you were a doorman?
I actually did that quite late in life.
Okay.
I used to do my job, had a bit of health stuff, and I moved back to London, and my other half used to work in a nightclub, and the security I was always used to be really friendly with, because I always used to chat with the security, winding them up all evening, popping their collars because they couldn't reach them, and but I used to chat to them all night with my beer. So I knew them all. Anyway, one of them was, I was needing work. He said, well, get your badge. I'll get you work. And I was like, all right, I'll get my badge. And because I thought I'd give it a try, and I needed work. But it turned out I was quite good at it. Okay. And because I'm quite good with people. And also I can do the whole on balance. And I learned a lot about myself. And since can be quite articulate and all this time, sometimes articulate, you might have to make your own decisions. I can deal with stuff. I ended up doing into celebrity security, because I ended up worked security, worked in the office, and they needed me covering at one of their higher venues. And I worked there a night as their head doorman covering them, and they were like, we love you, because I know how I'm quite good at code switching. Like, it was a night which had a bit of an urban area. It was in West London, so I could do the whole Croydon bit, and then 1 minute I can go, hello lady, da 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 da, come for the door. I can switch between the bit, and also I'm not somebody who gets like easily starstruck. Yeah. And I mean, this place had everyone. Yeah. Like, you're literally like walking around, you're like, oh, there's Mick Jagger. Oh, there is Robert Downey Jr. There is, suddenly you open to close the door, and then there is the lead singer of R.E.M. asking whether Courtney Love is showing up. You're like, it's Stripe, and you like have to go open the door, then walk up to somebody and go, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I got to admit, I could go on for days about those kind of stories. It was a fantastic journey, and also it was good again because it kind of know when you do something which seems so hyper male, and I felt like a lot of my life my masculinity was taken away from me. And then I kind of proved to myself I could be a head doorman in Notting Hill, handle all these events. I suddenly got it gave me a lot of, oh, nobody can take this away from me, my sexuality. And nobody can do this. I am, in the toxic ways, I have that in my hand. And I know that nobody can turn around and say to me, call me a wimp or this type of stuff. Which, problem is, a gay guy, we got so much of that. Your strongest people I know are gay people. Like, nobody will ever understand if you're a gay guy. If you're holding your other halves down the road, it's kind of a protest. And sometimes it's like we have to walk out every day, move into these situations and deal with it. And I think I actually now seeing being gay as an incredibly strong thing. And being a queer and LGBT and being out there. I think it's very strong. There's people out there who behave in horrible ways towards us. And I think we've got so much strength. And I think that's something I'm now... That's why pride becomes a lot more... I'm proud. And that's where... It took me a long time to get there, to wipe off all the crap that I got on my shoe growing up. And that's when, coming back to the fitness thing, when I get clients who are LGBT and they're very nervous, have like PTSD from PE and people shouting at them, look, I've been skinny and all this type of stuff, I know I've been on that road.
Yeah.
And I just like... And I could sit there with them and I can talk with them and go like, they go, Fitz, just start. We'll just start doing workout. I said, that's great. Just start doing it. I never boggle down those clients with like the whole fitness influencer thing. So I go, just start working out 2 days a week, mate. And we'll get you here. And they start going down and said, everyone in this gym is going through their own journey. Like, the biggest guys over there, you could turn around to the biggest guy and say one comment about their physicality. And you could ruin or make their day.
Yeah.
Like somebody who's on a cut. So I always ask when somebody's at the gym, I'm talking to them nicely, I always go, so what's your goals at the moment? They say, I'm getting swell. I'm trying to get bigger. Like, I thought you were getting bigger. Yeah, I tried to do, because the worst thing the other day I thought I was really big at the gym. So I said, have you lost weight? And I was like, they're trying.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks for ruining my day. I was really loving this gym pump.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I had that back in the day when I was like wanting just to get big and big and big, and then someone's like, again, you lost weight, and it's because your muscles are filled out and you're looking that little bit leaner, and you should have worded it like, oh, you're looking a bit leaner, but still, even that, you're like, in what way?
Yeah, and that's the irony about a gym. And I always turn around, because also I train a lot of women as well, because through training gay men, I do a lot of the weights women's classes. When I'm doing a weights women's class, I fully femme it up. I talk about like how like women's Achilles are all stretched because of high heels, and I'm like, well, fuck the patriarchy.
Do you know what? Like, so I work in the fitness industry, and I think more people are willing to hire trainers and coaches and things like that. But I found women and gay men, well, people on the LGBTQ spectrum, but women and queer men, are more likely to hire a trainer than a straight man.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, and I think it's like, because men have this thing of like, I don't need help, I can just do.
Won't ask for directions.
Yeah, won't ask for directions. But I think, I'm not saying queer men aren't men, by the way, saying that. I'm just saying, I think men, like people on the LGBT thing, it's like you're saying, a lot of them, it's the ones who would like that bit of reassurance, help, and I don't know. Do you think that's that?
I think
that nervousness that you're on about is what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, but I know I was just saying about asking directions, but that's what I was saying. It's like, gay guys and queer guys have. It's a Tim Cook, Apple's lead said, it's like a superpower being, because you're very observant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're willing to take advice. You listen. I think gay guys, well, not entirely, but I think generally gay guys have learned to listen and see the world. I think that's why I was good doing security, because I could walk into a room and go, he's a problem. You're very good at reading people.
Yeah.
I think I can't say as a gay, when I walk into a room and nothing comes into the fitness thing, we walk into the room, we do the assessment, where's the exits, who's safe in here, where's this? I think that's the kind of thing I did, and I know there's other gay guys do it.
Yeah. And maybe there's just more of it within the queer community, where they're just very aware. But a lot of like the straight gym bro thing, it's all very much, no, I can do this all myself. I've Googled this and but lately I think a lot more people are willing to get coaches as well, which is different to a personal trainer.
Yeah, I think the online coaching thing is a bit different to having a personal trainer. I've got to admit, like, I do online coaching. I think some people it's getting what out of it. Like, some people just like to be told what to do, like, and things like that. Like, some
are all these clients actually just really submissive?
I do wonder. Like, you do get definitely more of a, like, they just like to go. But again, they like clear instructions.
Clear instructions. Put me through pain. Challenge me.
I'm like somebody because I'm one of these people who likes to do things right and perfect. Like, I'm at the moment, like, I'm a personal trainer, but I'm at the moment looking for a bodybuilding personal trainer, because I want to be the person in the gym who does the perfect form. I think a form's good, but I want somebody to be like that absolute and I want to get. That's where my next bit of my road is. That necessarily also be bigger, but I like it when I see also when I'm working out. I like doing things really properly and structurally. I know when I'm working out and I'm doing cables and stuff. I notice all the gym bros come talk to me because I would say my thing is cables but I end up watching. I just really like doing the cables. I enjoy it, so you become good at what you enjoy.
Yeah.
But I also want to become also good at free weights, but it's doing that thing perfect. But again, that's so nobody can tell me I'm crap. It's a very the thing is you walk into your gym. It's the thing is always the thing about it when I'm talking to people new to the gym. It can be a very body dysmorphic place because you get a view of everybody being perfect. But I always think you've got to think about your own personal journey. Who am I? What am I doing? And this is what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And I actually I'm now work in a city gym in a London gym, so I don't know what's out in more other gyms. But I do actually nowadays know a lot of people our age are actually quite good with each other. I'm a gay guy in the gym. I talk to everybody. I'm in generally good relationships. There's some people in the gym, because I'm a gay guy, they give me a wide berth. And all that kind of stuff. Well, there's, I've had that kind of thing, but there's 8 billion people in the world and I can go, jog on, mate. I don't need to worry about that person.
No, exactly. Obviously, we're talking about in the gym and knowing who else was queer through obviously just have an idea and you said about hopping on Grindr. Have you seen the new socks for FKME?
Oh, no.
Because if you have these on, it's that if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I have wore your like me hat while I'm working out in the gym.
I did that recently. Yeah.
I thought that was quite funny. You're sitting there and people going, "That's a rude hat," but also part of you is going, "If you know, you know."
Yeah. And that's the whole point of the logo. The whole point of not the logo, the catchphrase, the slogan, if you know, you know. And it's a case of, if you see someone wearing FKME, because people have been asking this, and even though we've put it out there several times, a lot of people aren't aware that if you know, plays on the whole. If you see the logo, you clock the logo, you know the logo, they're probably queer.
It's the gay brand thing, isn't it? Like you see a brand where you kind of go,
yeah.
It's like, you see, not for another thing, but nasty pig. You see somebody walking down the road, they got a nasty pig hat. You try and, it's like, say you see somebody you think's hot, you try and look at their apparel and you go, is there something there?
And it's not a case of, I'm saying, go to the gym and go cruising. Because bear in mind, the brand is FKME.
Yeah.
It's more so a case of, it is sometimes good to know who's who there is the potential, I quite like them, like the look of them. I could approach them and have a conversation. Doesn't mean go cruise. It means you could spark up a conversation. Because,
when I started working at the gym, before I started working out, because I was, even though I know it would restrict me from some clients, I'm fully aware if you put yourself in, but I also know it's a bit of PT advice, never try to aim for everybody, aim for a niche. Because if you try to aim for everybody, you're never going to achieve the whole thing. But I actually went to the gym and I used to wear my nasty pig hat.
Yeah.
Before I lost it, the one that fit nicely. It was only that one hat that you always go.
Well, now you got your FKME hat.
I have got that hat, that's true, it also fits very nice. But I used to wear that when I started out training, in the gym. So other LGBT people would go,
ah, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, and I think actually, I've got to admit nowadays when I walk down the road, I enjoy wearing gay apparel. My own apparel, which I'm just going to start pushing soon, has the old, gay fitness, and also my label, which the
X is pretty cool there.
The X is going to be more promoted for my more content stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because that's going to become the X and Joey D Phoenix at the end of my thing. So the X is going to become when I eventually do my own stuff, be X on the front, the rainbow X, and it's going to be Joey Phoenix is the fitness stuff. Yeah. And there's a big rainbow also like that. Mm-hmm. But the X is, it's I'm a personal trainer, but also content. Yeah. So that's my kind of, that's the kind of way I flicked into it. Also, it's LGBT. And it is quite funny when you're walking past a group of lads, and I got the back there.
And you got the rainbows there.
You've got the rainbows, and there is a bit of a, again, it's the whole, what are you going to do about that? Yeah. There's a bit of a confidence. You walk past a load of religious people at some point on certain places. It's you go past a church or mosque, wherever, and you see them all outside waiting around. You're walking around with your queer stuff. You're like, you're not saying they are necessarily going to have that, but there is that. like perception within yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is with like the FKME brand, we've got some stuff that's like ridiculously in your face. Like with this t-shirt now, it's massive in your face there. But like the whole thing, like you're saying with the cap in the gym, is it's a small logo that's if you clock it, and if you know the logo, you'll clock it a lot easier. But if you don't know the logo, you won't even clock.
Yeah, but it's like the chain you're wearing. If you wore that just out with any piece of clothing, and you wore a chain out with a little padlock, queer guys are going to clock that within 5 seconds flat.
Exactly. For those who aren't aware, this is new. It's a very nice, so it's the padlock chains, and we are actually going to expand the range of the padlocks. So we're going to do like colours and stuff as well. So that's going to be quite cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
actually, be quite cool to bit. Ideas. But
to be fair, actually, by the time this episode's out, these will be out. So actually, just go on the website and go check them. They'll be all in colours and everything.
You get the old flags on.
But yeah, again, it's another thing of playing with a. If you know, you know. You see a guy with a padlock chain most of the time.
Oh god, if the guy's wearing a padlock chain, it's pretty much for somebody who's wearing like putt play or these type of things. And it's again though, it is basically a newer version of the hanky code.
Yes.
Yeah, massively on the hanky.
Yeah.
Hankies.
Yeah. to be fair, I want to do an episode. I want to get a specialist in on the gay colour code. Yeah. The handkerchief code, because it's expanded to the point of ridiculousness.
Oh god! I remember sitting there once. I was telling somebody about I was at a Pride, and there was somebody asking about the bin flags, and I got the hanky cone. I was sitting there, and I was like,
"Yeah." For those who don't know, who are watching this color code, it's like this color means top, this means bottom, this means you're into anything. This is oral only. That one's for fisting. But then it's now got to the point of different shades of different colors. So it's like dark grey, light grey, medium grey, but then there's a quarter grey. And then there's some of them, I think somewhere there's one with like white and blue stripes, so it's not, And then there's also, if you wear it on your right wrist or right pocket or your left pocket.
Yeah, there were different pockets.
And it's like different things mean different. And it's like, I'm not going to remember this entire, like, I'll have to come out with a spreadsheet on a night out if this was still like the thing where the whole, it had to be that. But now I think a lot of people just go, I just keep it simple. There's red, there's blue, there's orange, there's green, there's brown for obvious, and there's yellow for another. But anything beyond that, people say it gets too complex.
Yeah, the only thing is when I'm going on a night out, I avoid wearing a red jock.
Yeah, which one's red again? Is that fisting?
It's fisting.
Yeah.
And sometimes people suddenly get a bit of thing, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted.
Yeah, because I've got a leather jock with a red stripe on the front.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know that till I was wearing it. Someone didn't just try and fist me, but it was a case of they were like, "Yeah, you know what that means, right?" And I was like, "No."
Sometimes it's the thing like
I don't think people have to take colour so literal.
I think I think hanky code comes from a very different period in queer history.
Yeah,
but I do think it's something fun still to play with. I think it's one of those things that you kind of go with like, But again, sometimes when you walk in, somebody's pointing out something, you're like going, I just put a cute outfit together. It's like, if I'm in a gay club, it's like, we're in a gay club. It's not like we're having to be like, there's going to be the police raiding us, so we're trying to keep it underneath the shelf and we don't, we're trying to signal to each other. We're not there anymore. There's the signal now is, different. It's been a different period of time, but I do think it's like, as when I'm again in the gym, I think being very proud and gay at the gym is massively powerful because I think actually a gym is actually a very queer space. Again, I know we're going to keep circling it where I've gone backwards and forth, but I actually think the gym through gay culture, through fitness and everything like that is a very good place. It's a place about getting stronger. And also I think nowadays through other ways, it's a good way for community and also I've experienced, but through people doing I've had a few clients who are dealing with gay sobriety. You know what I mean? And, being in the gym is meeting other gay people who aren't necessarily in a nightclub space. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry,
I was wondering where you were going with that.
I'm saying because, going to fitness and a lot of people fitness are into health. I've got to admit there's a lot of people fitness who are still in whatever scenes, but there's not many queer places to meet other gay people and there isn't alcohol involved.
Yeah. We actually discussed this on another episode. No, in a good way. Like you're giving an answer to the question we never delved into.
Yeah.
We went like, it's nice to explore and find things which are social gay things that aren't to do with drugs, drink or sex.
Yeah, and I think that is something that's massively important. I think because the problem is though, we then have to join communities, groups, or people that are into or going to go on gay hikes, go do this, or it's very. And the thing is, it's just like you go to in your local area and you're meeting other. Like I've got there's gay couples go to the gym who I've met to going through just to meet them as friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Like, just to go and meet them and go, okay, we've now got another gay couple because I'm in a relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, it's nice to go out with people and just shoot the shit. You're not being to go and see somebody and go, oh, well, then I'm going to go back later and have a shag.
Yeah.
And, admittedly, though, for example, that's sometimes a hello. But there is also that situation where you're just going, I just met you, we made good friends. Oh, if something happens.
Yeah.
But I'm going in a situation, it's just nice to meet people where isn't in the background.
It's also, you've got an interest, a hobby, something that's healthy, something that's not drink related, and you can build this community, and you've all got something you're working towards and talking about and feeling good about.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing about gym fitness, and I think I hope, and I know through having LGBT clients, I know so many are getting so much out of it. I know the fact is when you start seeing some they're confident, you start hearing going, I went to this party, I went to this thing, and when they start doing it, and also like and they get through that hang-ups, like for example, like they're suddenly like they're all those things that they wanted to try to do at school, but they've learned time to get to do it. They get massively changed, and they start seeing it. I love seeing that. I'm sure you had it when you had clients. You get that point where they go,
yeah,
and it's just they start hearing that they went on that holiday and they booked that thing, and then you walk in and they suddenly walk in, they're wearing it out. You're like, you look good, well done. And it's not that you're saying it because you're doing it on a PT thing. You're just going, and the thing is, they go, it's because of you. It's like, I was here to assist.
Yeah,
you did the work.
Yeah,
this is the thing, like therapy. When you go to the gym and for clients, you're doing the work. I'm just there with the map going, this is how you do it. You do it like this, you're going to be great. And I think that's the thing I always tried to be with.
Well, no, so I'm actually going to cut you off there and just say, like, obviously you've got clients, and I'm assuming you're looking for new clients.
Yes, I'm looking for I'm definitely trying to push my online business as well now.
Oh, you're doing online as well?
I do online.
Okay, because I was going to say, based in London.
Based in London.
So that's where you do your physical, but you're doing online as well.
Yes.
So where could people find you?
They can find me on Joey D Phoenix on Insta. I have general links. Just send me a DM on there. I check my DMs just to talk about for fitness, and then we can just start having a chat. We'll go from there, and we'll get you started up, and you get access to me, and we can have a good chat and just see me as like your little evil fairy on your shoulder getting go to the gym.
evil fairy.
Well, they call me evil because they always send me like, oh, at workout, and they're like, I'm dying, I hate you after they've done a leg day, and I'm going, good.
So yeah, we're going to end it there.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to find Joey, you know where to message him now. So this is the Fuck Me podcast, and make sure you tune in next week.
See you later.
Bye.